Hi there, YouTubers. We are back at the ugly log sawmill. There's another ugly one. That was the next victim that I guess I showed you when we started. Was down there. Now it's up here, and I think I'm gonna cut it in half for a couple reasons. Number one, it's nasty and it's hard to work on. It's 16 feet 7 inches long. It's 18 inches at this end. It's 32 at the other one. So it's got a lot of that. You might not be able to see this, but this is a banana log or bent wood, or and Johnny Boy doesn't do boomerang logs. I don't know, call them what you want. It's also got a lot of turtles. Maybe you call it a camel tree. It's got a lot of humps on it. A lot of bullets. The little ones shoot like bullets. So I think after looking at it and thinking for a minute, and after I set it up and got the measurements on it, I'm going to run the metal detector over it the way it is now. I'm going to take it back off and make it a non-male tree, number one. Number two, I'm going to cut it in half, because this has probably got a 4-inch bow in it that you can't see. Maybe I'll get it from the other end. But I get a lot more wood out of it if I cut it in half. Not that I need a whole lot of more wood, but also be easier to handle. It's got a lot of butt swell. That's bottom line. That's what we call it. But now you can kind of, you know, in the camera it really does not show the sweep on that log that good. But I bet it's got a 3 or 4 inch sweep. Those are the boards. We're going to trim those tonight. I don't know exactly where to put you. I'm running out of light at 5 o'clock. It's 7:30 now. At 5 o'clock I got a call saying, from the wife and from the kids, saying, you're eating over at our house tonight. And I go, okay. When they call and tell you what you're going to do, you kind of do what they tell you you're going to do. The other day I was getting ready to trim these, and I said I thought rain was coming in. Rain came in big time. I did a quick video after I closed up everything that day where I said it was going to rain, which was the last time when we were getting into these boards here. I no sooner got in the house and it let loose. And within probably, I'm guessing 15, maybe 20 minutes, we had over a ½ inch of rain. So I made it just in time. So I'm going to do the trims now. Somebody asked me why I cut the log the way I did, cutting through it instead of flipping it down and cutting the top off. I can't tell you why I cut what I cut when I cut. Each log, you get into it and you cut it a different way. I know I was going backwards from what I normally do, where I normally if you, let me get my crayon, I'll draw on the logs. It don't really make any difference. This is just all junk wood. Okay, normally, I'm hoping this is coming in, got a round log. Okay, I take a slab, which is trash, then I take a board, and then I flip it 180 and take a slab, which is trash, and take a board. Then you just have a little bit of trim here and trim here and trim here and trim here. Now, depending on what you want out of here is how many boards you come in. If you're looking for an 8-inch board, then you're going to trim it till you get 8 inches in here. If you want 12-inch, then it'll be 12-inch. So you might take one board off with a slab at the top, or a trim at the top and trim at the bottom, or you might take another one on one side and then not the other. So now you can trim there and you can trim there. And same way with here. You see Mark up there, he's getting it to where he gets down to whatever size wood he wants in here, and that's what you generally do. But because it was such an unstable piece of wood, I had a flat on the bottom of that one. So I could just keep sawing this way. And that means I only have, each time I can cut just this piece of trim, this piece of trim, this piece of trim. So I can actually get more wood out of it that way. If you cut a board and you take that slab off, if you have any wood in here and wood in here, okay, you're basically losing that, which I don't care. I'm not losing it because it goes to firewood. But that's generally how I cut, and that's how an awful lot of people cut wood. You know, they get to you whatever your set point is in here. If your log is not big enough where you can split it down the middle and then get them off each side. So sometimes that works. You can see on that one that we did down at Jeff's, I think it might have been on the last movie, because it's only he only needed 6-inch wide boards. He gets, if he had a 12 1/4, because you lose a quarter to the saw blade, you can cut it in half, and then you have 6-inch maybe here and 6-inch here, or 12 1/4 here, and then split it in half, which is going to bring you to basically 6, and you can do that. So each log, I kind of have an idea, which that's the general idea on what I shoot for when I do it, but I don't really have any set, got to do it this way. So the fact that I was rolling them down, and I had a flat on the bottom to stabilize it because it was such a crappy log, and that, and also the taper off the back. Sometimes you get the taper in the back is so strong that it was easier just to cut it that way and then just cut one side of trims off anyway. Anyhow, that's kind of explaining that. I don't know what I was supposed to explain, a couple other things, but I don't remember what they are because I just forget a lot. So anyhow, we're gonna do trims here. I got to get out of. I should have got out of this. I have a sweatshirt on. One thing you don't want to do is saw on a sweatshirt on one of these type mills, because you get sawdust, and it just, number one, it's sticky wood, and number two, it's real feathery wood. I don't know how to explain it. And it'll just stick to this sweatshirt, which is cotton, which is a loose cotton. It'll stick to it so bad. And then when you wash that, and maybe it'll get on your t-shirt, it's cotton like t-shirt, and you wash it, and if you wash your underwear at the same time, man, you're really out of it, because you're always going to get a piece of sawdust where you don't want a piece of sawdust stabbing you. So I am going to get out of my good attire and get into my, I brought my normal tuxedo. You know, I always saw in a tuxedo. That's the way all sawyers should saw, in their best, you know, go to church clothes. So I got to go put that on real quick because I wasn't smart enough to remember to put it on before I started the movie. So I'm going to start the engine, do that, and then we're going to come back and do trims. And I'm not sure where I'm going to put you, because doing trims, putting them in and out, is real hard to do with a camera up there, but it's kind of interesting to see. So put your ears on. I'm going to start the engine, get it going, put my tuxedo on, and I'll be back in a jiffy. You'll be just listening to this motor hum. Parked a long way away. I had a bad parking place. What can I tell you? Well, here we're going to get in, and it's back to where you get and where you want. I'm at 12 inches here. 12 inches here. I might take a 12-inch board, so I'll let the sawmill go slow. I'll take a turn the blade on. It's just pine. I know the blade doesn't like this speed. We're going to go to 12 up here, which is inches. Turn this way. It should cut pretty close to the edge there. It's kind of hard working around the legs of the tripod. That's a pretty good looking board. You know, I'll put you guys up on the log deck. It'll take a minute. Don't get too seasick. That might be a good new position to try. It's kind of zoomed out, but you'll see why I can't so much moving around with the boards. I think that's got a little bit of everything in there. We'll try that for a while. position looks until I get at it and download it, but we're going to put you out at the back right now. I'm keeping the engine kind of quiet so you can kind of hear, but maybe you get a, this is just another better, maybe a location. I'm cutting them at like 13. First cut is 13 1/4, then I'm taking a 1-inch cut to make them down to 12. It's pretty comfortable size. You get over that and the wood's too unstable. You can see how it's getting off most of the garbage. So we're just going to kind of keep putting along here. I think you can get a pretty good idea of what's going on.